Loser bracket final. Off we go. Feel the heat against Lauber's Fanclub. Oh, actually, they screwed the sides up. Look at that. If you don't tell players everything, they will screw it up. So yeah, the sides are actually swapped. We have the Fanclub on the other side. I'm going to fix that real quickly here. But the bracket at least tells them that they are supposed to be on opposite sides here. So yeah, naughty players once again, as usual. So let's go. Okay. But this is the first match of, the first map of the best of 5 series that we have, of course, right now. So in this case, we have the Fanclub on the right side and the Feel the Heat team on the right. Did I just say right twice? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Well, Volskaya Foundry is the first map. It's the losers bracket final. The winner of this series actually goes up against Washed Up, who are currently waiting in the grand final. They were successful against Lauber's Fanclub in a best of 5 series in the winner bracket final. I know, a lot of terminology, a lot of finals being thrown around, but in a double elimination system, this is just what it is. So whoever wins here goes to the grand final, whoever loses drops out. That's pretty much all that you need to know. It's a best of 5 series, and we have Chromie banned out. Deathwing is taken immediately by Blade. We've seen in the grand final between Washed Up and Lauber's Fanclub already, yeah, Deathwing starting to make a bit of an appearance again. So it seems like the teams are currently saying, well, there's other heroes that we are worried about much more than going up against Deathwing. So Blade plays the hero in Volskaya Foundry. We've seen that before. He has actually his pretty different build. I mean, he doesn't really go into that standard build. I think I highlighted that a bit when we were playing, or when the grand final was being, the winner bracket final was laid out. But he's still going up against Greymane. They banned out Leo, so that's not going to be a problem for him. But Greymane with the bullet is still a thing. And now we have Malfurion also as the first pick here, since Ana was banned out. But what else are we going to get with Deathwing? I mean, Jojo on this map is pretty strong, etc. The old man, look at that, not afraid of the coronavirus or anything, still poking his head out. I mean, he is definitely part of that risk group, I can tell you that much. But he's still sitting tight, he's just like, oh, I'm going to be fine. Well, I hope for you, my friend, that you have a good immune system. And that you already so bought enough toilet paper is the most important thing. Again, supermarkets, the panic buyers are all out there looking for more toilet paper every day now. Okay. I don't really think these people, by the way, know that coronavirus doesn't cause diarrhea, but whatever. Zarya gets banned. She's been the hero that made probably the biggest splash in the tournament. Picked all over the place, winner bracket, loser bracket, you name it. I mean, she was just in nearly every single game, either as a ban or a pick, or at least in a lot of them. Malthael also banned out, so less and less percentage damage possible against Deathwing. It's of course one of the best things that you can use against him, so you can't really stun the hero, so that's one of those things. Again, on the blue team side, the Fanclub with the next double pick, so Thrall is going to be taken, okay. Could actually, in this case, really... I mean, the level 1 talent has become incredibly versatile on Thrall. We see still a lot of Echo of Elements, but you can, of course, now also, on certain maps, still play around Trash Lightning. And Trolling Thunder is all of a sudden also a pick that is viable on Thrall, since Blizzard has buffed it in a couple of times. Yeah, Lauber is playing Blaze in the main tank role, by the way. Main tank Blaze for the Fanclub now. But they still have to pick a hero for Tai. And there's a couple of mages still up that he could pick. I mean, Liming, for example, just being one of them. Depending on what exactly Feel the Heat is now locking in. Maiev and Vala. Dino gets his Vala again. We get Maiev together with it. It's going to be hype already, like that. And what else are we going to get? Last pick. Is it a mage? Is it going to be that pick into Liming for Tai? Or do we get something different for them right now? I mean, it would be a decent poke here. And since Chromie is banned out, you know... Can play around that. Greymane plus Liming is pretty solid. And it is. Liming comes in. Striker Liming. Alright, Mila Superstar. Let's go, ladies. Game number 1 in the loser bracket final between Lauber's Fanclub and Feel the Heat. Game number 1, Volskaya Foundry, Lauber's Fanclub going up against Feel the Heat. Heading on Malfurion for the blue team, Copenhagen on Thrall. We got Lauber on Blaze, Swampgrotta on Greymane, and Tai on Liming. On the right side of the map, X-Ray on Deckard Kane. We have Ultralisk on Maiev, Dino on Vala, Blade is looking at Deathwing, and Wit is playing ETC. Okay, so first game and already on Volskaya Foundry. Let's see what we're gonna get here. That's a pretty decent Deathwing tint, by the way. I mean, black is beautiful, but that weird chicken tint that they have there, nope, not for me. At this point, actually, we currently are looking at Crash Lightning as our level 1 talent for Thrall. I actually like that quite a lot. So I've been talking about a bit of how you can really go into all 3 talents right now on the level 1 talent for Thrall, depending on map and situation. And already we're seeing Copenhagen getting some decent stacks out there. I mean, the game has barely started. We have 30 seconds in, and the guy is sitting at 3 stacks. That's actually quite solid. He's at 4 already. So with a quick early game stacking like this is a really, really good start for him. If he ever completes this quest throughout the game, then he is just going to burn them down time and time again. Just going full on for the QQQ here. So that's going to be more than a little bit wild. Greymane taken down at the bot lane. Deathwing taken down at the bot lane. Yeah, Tai comes in and drops Deathwing. Okay. So we have a kill for kill by the, pretty much. Greymane, by the way, has I think been eliminated at the top and not at the bottom, but still, on both lanes we see heroes destroyed. And now that the 1 minute mark has passed, the camps of course appearing and therefore turret focus. Also, normal talent, Dragon Soul actually, for Deathwing, so Blade has shifted away from the setup that he so far used in previous games. Thrall is a little bit uncomfortable on this one lane because he really wants to stack a bit more, and he can't really do that if he just has a single target against him. So that doesn't help him a whole lot. We now have still the attacks over the next item, and this is honestly the big one. I mean, at this point, you're really this time. Oftentimes they don't even go for it because both teams are unwilling to fight here. But for Thrall, this is a good setup. If he can actually just fight with an opponent over this, he can get additional stacks in, which is going to be quite nice for him. Tai is going into the Charged Blast at this point, taking a page out of Marcus' book, who is probably the most famous Liming player with that particular talent preference. The camp has been cleared, and we also have now the healing beacon taken, so there's that. They're already starting to jump straight in with a little bit more stacking for Thrall as he gets this, the 5th one. Has to be very careful here though. Copenhagen! He has to drop it. Has to drop it, drops the item. What a beautiful kill by Feel the Heat. They played some fantastic games in this tournament. And, well, we only have 3 teams in the running, of course, now to crown themselves the champion of Season 2 here in Division S. But Feel the Heat might have a chance to make it to the grand final and contest Washed Up in the attempt to claim that name. Now, with camps starting to spawn and already claimed, the objective is going to be up in a couple of seconds as well. And off to the race we go. Wit already dancing, getting the parting going right here. And let's have a bit of a look at who is going to be able to claim the first protector here. I mean, the first one can oftentimes snowball you into the later stages of the game. Deathwing is already sitting tight here. Vala is now coming in. They set up their own camp topside. Yes, there's the aggression against Blaze. And our main tank is immediately getting burned down to a crisp too. Lauber is getting a lot of shots fired against him. IF also chipping in. No Skyfall on level 7 for Deathwing. Instead, we get Death Drop over here. What's more, obviously, also Calamity and the Ancestral Wrath. Standard talents for Li Ming and Thrall. And with level 7 now on both sides, there's still a big lead for Feel the Heat. They could always tap at the fountain. They should still have the cooldown ready, but they're already looking at nearly 99%. They're going for Lauber, and Lauber, main tank Blaze, in trouble. And they get instead the Thrall kill. Thrall is down, 11 stacks for him on his level 1, but this is an easy first protector now for Feel the Heat. Didn't even have to tap at the fountain at any point here. And it's ETC that enters, and let's see who else jumps in. Ooh, Deathwing. Every single time I see Deathwing jumping into the protector, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I mean, seriously. That seems like it's going to be a little bit overcrowded, and also that must smell. I mean, it's ETC and Deathwing in the protector. Just think about for a second if one of them leaves and someone else has to jump in and takes a sniff. That is just disgusting. The thought alone is... Not even the coronavirus survives that, I can tell you that much. Now, Li Ming has been eliminated as all this is happening up at the top. Maiev at the bot lane is doing her work as the protector itself is breaking through the wall and taking down the fountain. So that gives them an opportunity or lead in the second objective to go straight up for protector number 2 with a slight advantage on the fountain damage that they now have. At the bottom of the map, Ultralisk must be pretty happy with himself. He has so far played a great game here and was able to get that kill against Li Ming too. Now looking at the damage output, Maiev is sitting at 8,000, 12,000 for Vala. And Wit here in the middle is still doing his thing as well. So off we go. Svamkorota is sitting tight here. Needs to be very careful since he's going to get flanked in just another moment. And it's already the focus with level 10 abilities to go for the next healing beacon. Every single time you have a lead over your opponent with like a talent advantage, you really want to make sure that you grab as many of these items as you probably can. So, off we go. They're starting to go straight in for the healing beacon. Item got dropped on the blue team side, which means that they also lost an item now in the attempt to get the kill there. But since they don't even have level 10 abilities, I'm really a little bit weirded out as to why they actually made such a heavy commitment there towards the camp. So they didn't get a kill. They at least were able to pick up a couple of additional stacks for Thrall. That's important. So he's sitting at 12 now, but he still has a long way to go to complete his Crash Lightning quest. At the bottom of the map, the bullet is connecting now that level 10 is there with Deathwing immediately. I mean, we're going to see that a lot from Svamkorota. The problem is that he can only do it when he's alive, and in this case, he's definitely going to die. That's a full-on rotation towards him, and the dog is dead. Nicely done. Quick kill here against him. And towards the top, that's where we're now also seeing another approach against Ultralisk, but he doesn't even have to use the Wall of the Wardens there. He was just saying like, hey, I'm out of range anyways. So let's go. Off we go. Another wall gets taken down. 5 kills against 1. So far, so good. Top gets usually activated just before we hit level 13. So that would mean that Feel the Heat will likely walk away with another talent advantage for the next objective, at least for the beginning of it. Thrall is looking for some additional stacks, gets another one, is sitting at 13 right now. And let's see if they can actually go for another rotation here. Look at the item count. We currently have them with 1 turret and 1 healing beacon against nothing on the opponent's side. So they have the item advantage, they have taken the opponent's fountain down, and they are looking at it, probably a talent lead, but if not, then at least a stats advantage through the extra levels that they have. So Feel the Heat is in a great spot for objective number 2. In a really, really good one. Bot lane, they can still push that out. I mean, Deathwing can always jump in up at the top. They need to be careful that they don't lose any heroes to a gank. Yeah, good one. Ultralisk. Yeah, gets away easily over here. ETC, for a second I really thought that Wit is about to use the mosh pit there. That would have been a bit awkward. But yeah, so ETC is still alive and kicking over here, still playing the save. Warden also without a problem. Maiev looking strong here. Level 13 talents are ready. They're not going for the checkpoint just yet. Lauber is actually trying to come down here to the bot lane and is activating that. ETC isn't here, but they're going to steal this one away, aren't they? So they get at least one item. Greymin is on the left side, so that's the second turret that they can lock down. And with level 13, we now also see the Wicked Inferno right there. But ETC takes the big lead for them, and the blue team in their attempt to get level 13 talents are locking in now. We also have Malfurion still holding back on his level 10 choice, so he needs to lock that in quickly if he wants to make use of it during that fight. Yeah, hasn't really made a decision there yet. Hotkeys make it possible to pick those pretty fast, so there we go. Tranquility doesn't wait for the fight. Tranquility is in, and on level 13 now the Nature's Swiftness. A little bit more speed on him. 76% on the progress bar, a little bit more by now, but of course the result is the same. The red team is ahead. There's no fountain, and look at the strafe value. Svamkorota and Hangling are both low. Deathwing comes in, they want the kill. Items are getting dropped immediately. Turrets on the ground. The kill against Thrall. Didn't get a single stack even here. Wit is low. Lauber is nearly falling here. Tai wants the kill, but he doesn't get it. The Dino is currently chasing him down and secures another kill, and that's the kill number 7 in total, and it will be another protector moving through, at least for now, the top lane, potentially heading to the bottom of the map to prepare for objective number 3, or even trying to go for the keep. So we're gonna see and check that out. But that is... this is a pretty... I mean, honestly, I'm not quite sure if I really expected Feel the Heat to do this well against the Fanclub in game number 1. I said already in the in the winner bracket final that Feel the Heat had some insane games and did exceptionally well. That they also played a fantastic series earlier in this tournament in the winner bracket against Washed Up. But this is a pretty dominant show of force that we are seeing from them here now. And the Fanclub is receiving a bit of a beating here. Fort in the top has been eliminated. Mid lane has also been destroyed. Now they're going for the fountain at the bottom of the map. They're getting this one down too. And that is a pretty solid setup right now. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that when you're trying to go for objective number 3. Swamgrota is also gonna fall. Had to drop the turret here. Did it in the last second. Counter kill against Wit is actually not happening. Oh, he got away. The heal from X-Ray just as the chain lightning comes in. Yeah, now we have 18 stacks actually for Thrall. Again, he is getting close. It's also reflected, at least to an extent, in the damage output that he has, considering how the game has been going so far. He gets at least something done here. But here comes the cage. Here comes Maiev with another kill. And there's the triple. Blaze, Malfurion, and Thrall are all down. Ty is getting locked into a corner. He's eliminated too. They are absolutely toying with them at this point. What the hell? Fort at the bot lane destroyed. They can now even make a play for the wall at the keep or simply steal a few additional items away. But they are murdering them. I mean, seriously, they're just kicking them as they are on the ground. That is absolutely nuts. Did anybody really expect this? 12 kills against 1? I mean, I honestly don't know if the Fanclub is just simply shrugging this off as like, well, 1 game, screw it. But this is... I mean, it's a little bit worrying, to say the least. I thought this would be a closer series than probably expected, but at the same time, I really still felt that the Fanclub was heavily favored in this. After game number 1, I'm not so sure anymore. Of course, it's only 1 game in the best of 5, and you can always end up in a weird scenario where you fall behind and you can never really recover. So we should probably not really interpret too much into this, but still. 13 kills against 1? It's like, damn. Alright. Now the fight at the bottom again. Deathwing is starting to jump into. Yeah, there's the mosh pit. Interrupted right away. Good job by Li Ming. But they're still going for the potential kill against the backline. Look at Lauber. He's low. And here comes Dino. Strafe after multi-shot. And that's a double kill secured as Maiev is also just chunking them down. And we're going to look at the triple kill. They're ignoring Ty actually at this point. They're just saying like, yeah, whatever. Just let him escape. That kill doesn't give us anything. But we can at least go for the wall at the keep and prepare for the next objective if we just barrel through that bot lane. And that's exactly what they do. Greyman is already sitting in the middle of the map because he wants to secure a bit more experience for them. They might even get the keep itself, honestly, at this point. This is getting nasty. Like, really nasty. 15 kills against 1 and they are 3 levels ahead with level 19 versus level 16. And the keep is down. And now the control point is going to unlock in a couple of seconds. Now, we should still, of course, mention that they don't have level 20, so it's even talents from here on out. Even talent fights, stats advantage, yes, goes to the red team. Feel the Heat will have that lead over their opponent, but they don't have level 20 talents. So this is still a fight where you're like a bit like, can we delay this a bit? Can we make something happen here? That's the question. So 1 kill against 15. Let's take a closer look at the damage output. Maiev, 30,000 for her, 42,000 for Vala. And now the blue team is taking over the objective. And the reason is simple. Feel the Heat doesn't want to fight without level 20 if they have a chance to soak that beforehand. And why would they? Maiev is sitting at the top. Is starting to rotate back down. And they are so close. Oh, Lauber needs to be really careful. Dude, if you go too far in, you might just die here right away. Blade jumps in, has to hop out, and does. There's the Lulnado, as they're trying to isolate someone even a bit more. But level 20 is any second on the board for Feel the Heat. And here they have it. Storm Talents are ready, and they're going in immediately. Vala with a Farflight Quiver and Manticore, and they can get the range damage now through. Thrall just disappears. Just disappears. The old man hitting him with a stick. ETC gets interrupted on the mosh pit attempt, but they're just on the run now. Dino escapes. Swamgrota is very likely going to fall. Nah, he makes it out. The wolf is just a little bit too nimble here. But now they are on the objective, a little bit of a dancing dragon right there, and things are just spiraling completely out of control for the fan club. Kinda crazy. Bit of an insane setup here in game number 1. I mean, if that continues throughout the series, then that would be absolutely nuts. I mean, so far throughout this year and last year, it was pretty much the fan club and Washed Up that dominated the European heroes of the Storm scene. There's a couple of teams that could sometimes chip in, but now that we're looking at the playoffs of Division S, that's something that I certainly didn't expect. Still with a caveat, it's only game 1. But I don't see any way for the fan club to come back, at least on Volskaya Foundry. 16 kills against 1, 3 levels behind, level 20 in your opponent's hands. I guess we're going to get a couple of items now too. There's already 1 turret on Wit, the second one has just been taken. And now they're of course going to go 4 core with this. It's 15 minutes into the game, but the keep is gone, and they can go straight up for the core. And try to also, of course, eliminate maybe another hero or 2 in the process, if Maiev can set up another nice cage, and allow the rest of the team to jump in with it. So off we go. Taking the walls down too. Svamgrotta already getting beaten to a pulp quickly. And the kill against Thrall. He came, he saw, and he pulled the Houdini. Disappeared within a second. And the Protector's already on the core and is starting to drop the shields here. And the rest of the team is totally fine too. There's the mosh pit. Blaze actually charging into it. Always knew that he was a party animal. The guy wants to dance. Rhythm in his blood right there. 18 kills against 1, and Feel the Heat just stomps Lauber's fan club in game number 1 and secures themselves a lead in the best of 5 series at the loser bracket final. Game number 2! Okay, I am a happy panda right now. Not only because it seems that we have a series that has a bit of a different twist that I expected, but I actually learned something else as we are currently casting this. Remember the other day when I complained about these douchebags that just like mass buy toilet paper at supermarkets and then try to sell it on eBay, which really pisses me off. As stupid as this entire toilet paper situation is and as ridiculous as it is, but trying to capitalize off a crisis like this by exploiting other people is just fucking awful. And I just learned that apparently these douchebags get banned now from eBay and Amazon and other websites. Absolutely fantastic. Big clap. Great. That's exactly what I want to see here. I personally preferred the variation of actually arresting them and then flogging them in a public space. That would have been mine. Like my personal approach to the entire thing. But I can go for the non-violent approach here too. But yeah, so if we don't want to go for the public beatings, not because it would hurt those people, because they totally deserve it, but because we're actually afraid of for mass gatherings, because everybody would watch that, and you know it too. But yeah, if you don't go for that approach, then this one is actually a nice one. So, I like that. Either way, now that we're heading into game number 2, let's see if the fan club can turn this, because Feel the Heat kinda kicked them in the nuts in the last game. We have Deathwing banned out this time, made it through once, and then he was banned again, so yeah. Deathwing is he is just a very interesting one. Especially if you consider the previous series, the winner bracket final, and how it shaped up there. But we have a ban against Vala, there's also a Leo ban now involved, plus a ban on Garrosh as we're heading into Towers of Doom. On this map, there's of course also the Zeratul factor to consider, which is something that both teams could now play. We have Dainu going up against Tai, so there is a chance that this is going to happen again. But let's see. ETC locked in very, very quickly for Lauber. Ana is up, so nano boost combos are open. Could be taken if they really want them here. And there is a good chance that we're actually going to see that. But again, you have to be a little bit careful around the Zeratul plays in Towers of Doom 2, especially since both teams have a very strong Zeratul player. Medivh Greymane, okay, so they open it up a little bit differently. No support focus here. It's kind of funny actually, because we had so many games where Ana was immediately banned out, and if not then first picked, and right now we're actually moving away from it slightly. There's Malfurion and Junkrat, so with the next ban phase we could still see a ban against Zeratul if someone wants to head into that. But especially with our Medivh setup, I mean, Ultralisk had a couple of great games there too. Medivh has been played, especially in the later stages of this tournament, a lot more now. Hazorb several times locked the hero in and was very successful with it. And now we see the same approach here from Ultralisk again. The Haka gets banned out, so no global action on the side of the fan club. The question is, of course, always if you combo anything off with Medivh. You can always go for the Polybomb, but if you want to go Leyline and Diablo Apocalypse, ETC Mosh Pit, I mean, any kind of AoE, seriously, then you can go for a lot of Wombos. Either way, he is going to be super powerful and a deciding factor in this series. A good Medivh can win or lose you the game quite easily. Okay, so at this point, Zeratul gets banned, yes. It's a late ban, it's a third ban, but it's still there. They still don't want to go up against Dainu on Zeratul. I can't really blame them. At the same time, it's the same, of course, is true for Feel the Heat. They don't want to face off against Tai Zeratul here either. Abathur, by the way, is also still up, so there was always a chance that Abathur gets picked together with it. Here comes Stukov again, and we have a Nubarak. Yeah, Li Ming is still open, so Li Ming could also be claimed by the fan club that would allow them to get this integrate against the Cocoon. It's of course an aggressive setup that we now see from Feel the Heat. And you kind of want to play around it a little bit, and Li Ming offers a lot in those cases. Especially when you can burn the Cocoon down quickly. Tracer does the same, though. Tracer with Malfurion, always a solid option. And now we have Copenhagen on Rexa for the top lane. Facing off again. Against what? What is Blake going to pick now? His Leo that he usually picks is already taken away. So Blaze would be a good option for them. If they want to be even more aggressive, they can go either into the Space Goat or they can go for Malthael. All of those still open, and Urel getting picked a bit more recently, but Blaze is the choice. And that leads us into game number 2. Towers of Doom, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2 between Feel the Heat and Lauber's Fan Club. Game number 2, Feel the Heat against the Fan Club. And, well, guys, this is a rematch, obviously. I don't even think I mentioned that on the first map, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. So far, it's not really going too well for the Fan Club, though. They are behind one map in the Best of 5 series. On the left side, Swamgrota is eager to change that with Junkrat. We have Lauber on ETC, Henning on Malfurion, Copenhagen on Rexa, and Tai on Tracer. On the right side of the map, X-Ray on Stukov for the red team. We have Blade on Blaze, Dainu on Greymane, Wit on Anubarak, and Ultralisk is playing Medivh. So yeah, the two of them already met in the winner bracket, and back then the fan club was able to win with a 3-1 against Feel the Heat. So we could still see the same score here, depending on the fan club's performance. But you can really tell that Feel the Heat came in and said, okay, we already went up against those bad boys once. Let's try and change our style slightly and try and take them down this time. So far that succeeded. They are ahead and they take the kill against Lauber. Okay, Lauber down and they're already chasing Swamgrota. Tai himself in trouble. Swamgrota! Oh! And he's dead too. Double kill. Tai, on the other hand, nearly killed Ultralisk here. I mean, as all of this happens, Tracer is just chipping away at the hit point pool of Medivh and nearly gets the kill. But that's 2 kills against 1 as we're heading into game number 2. So a slight advantage in experience and map control for the red team. So far, so good. Yeah, well, let's see how this is going to pan out. We have Tai still sitting here in the middle. Medivh is obviously just spying and seeing what else he can figure out here. In terms of level 1 talents, we see again the new habits for Blaze working on the unstoppable frames, plus also the spine launcher here. Camps are being fought over, and the red team is not quite willing to commit to it. Dancing around it, always just suggesting that they might be able or willing to fight for it, but they actually let it slide. So now the fight at the bottom of the map is just mainly centering around the poke, especially of Junkrat. Tai coming in from the side though, but immediately Wit present and trying to push that back. Went on level 1 into the Nerubin armor, making him a little bit less perceptible against... Anubarak. Yeah, gets boosted back and Wit is dead. Even with the portal set up, there was just nothing that he could do there. Really nice kill, well coordinated by the fan club, even using the towers to get a few shots in. Well played by them. So the counter kill for the blue team. Definitely not willing to give this game up just yet. Yeah, everybody wants to jump into the grand final now, of course, and only the winning team here will accomplish that. Now we already look at level 4 at Shed Exoskeleton, so we don't see any Burrow Charge talents just yet. You could still go into the Subterranean Shield, of course. But there's also the Hunter-Gatherer. Another stun attempt against Lauber, but the second setup actually missed slightly. Dino himself, also a bit defended here by X-Ray, but Stukov needs to be careful. Dodges out on the power slide. Okay, so far so good. Dino himself trying to come in again for a hit or two. And, well, with this we have the altars activating. The traditional setup. Here in the middle, that's where you would expect the fight. Up at the top left and top right, we're going to see even exchanges, or at least that's the normal playbook, and that's also the case here. As you can see in the minimap, Rexa and Blaze are already doing exactly that. But over here in the mid lane, that's the big question. Who is channeling the additional altar? Already delaying the attempt. Uh-oh, that could be a kill. And Medivh barely makes it out. He has 12 stacks right now. Nothing insane, but definitely not something that he's eager to lose here. They're trying to make the play for Dino. And once again, also the setup down here as both of the teams are looking to get the first kill so that they can get their turn in. Nice shield, but the kill against Stukov still happens. And Wit is also low. Tries to play the portal game, but he gets eliminated. And that's another channel now for the team in blue. Yeah, nicely done. They're doing exceptionally well right now. After they initially lost 2 heroes right at the beginning of the game, they now killed 3. They were able to take a small lead in experience, and they have now taken the lead in core points after winning the first objective phase. So, yep, so far, pretty solid setup for them. Nicely done. And with that, we're now jumping down to the bottom of the map again, where the focus point becomes the question of who's gonna take the pumpkin camps. And it seems like we're just gonna see the normal exchanges on the map here. Actually, this time they're diving in. They're going in for the fight. Oh, Swamp Grotta nearly dying, but they're all moving out and they simply give the camp up. Oh, Swamp Grotta might still die though. Swamp Grotta! Oh, and they get him. Ah, wait, no! The portal allows him to get back, but ETC is ready to embrace him with another stun. That power slide was strong, but he still makes it out. Oh, Tai actually eating the damage here from Blaze and nearly getting dropped too. Both of the teams just neck on neck right now. Beautiful setup. It's just, damn, aggression all over the place. Yeah, nicely done. Another big dive right here. And they try to get the kill against ETC. And they do. ETC is down. And they still try to go for Nubarak. But the portals are saving him over and over and over again. Nicely played. Really good execution from Feel the Heat. And they are again ahead in experience. And now that the double altar spawns, I'm pretty sure that we're still going to see an even exchange, not much more than that. But they have some additional control over the map now that they can utilize. And also pretty decent stacks at this point on, well, at least Medivh. So that should help. Even a bit of an interrupt potential over here towards the left side. X-Ray and Wits, yeah, both of them just zoning that out so that he can get the channel through. 4 shots fight against 4. Level 10 is a little bit quicker in their hands, so that's definitely quite helpful. Have the early heroic abilities that theoretically could allow them to drop a ley line. Swamp Grotta gets nearly murdered here as the bullet connects hard against him. They're still jumping in, and boy, Wit is really playing with it, right? I mean, he is diving underneath these forts time and time again. And of course he has a big advantage that he can spawn beetles that will then soak some of those tower shots. But he's just diving into opponents' heroes like there's no tomorrow. Doing quite a lot of work here. It's pretty insane. Yeah, now that Rexa is dead, they're trying to get the kill against Greyman and they don't get it. X-Ray though, he's nearly dropped. But this is still a 4 versus 5. The problem is that everybody for the red team is starting to drop incredibly low on HP. But they're still walking away with a bit of a victory here. Doing as much as they possibly can to stay in this fight. Maybe even turn it to drop a second target. Yeah, but they can't. Bullet is out again though. So Bullet has been used again. And everybody is still trying to play around the pumpkin camps now that they respawned. So let's sum up the situation a little bit. We still have 4 versus 4 bell towers, so that hasn't really changed a whole lot. We're still incredibly even on the core points. Level 10 abilities are in for both, and the leading experience is only a small one for Feel the Heat. But they're definitely fighting on eye level with Lauber's Fanclub now. And given what I told you guys earlier, that we had actually a pretty solid lead or victory for the Fanclub in the first best-of-5 series these two teams played, that's interesting, since it seems really that Feel the Heat stepped it up significantly. Not only did they make it through some pretty tough matches in the lower bracket, but now in this series they're not only ahead, but they're fighting on eye level on map number 2 as well. Double altar is up, so that's 8 shots for the taking here. Misha is already eliminated, so that's one thing. Yeah, ETC gets pushed back. Pretty big shove, pretty quickly. And could be an exchange. Is Medivh actually dropping down for this? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh, the channel! Channel comes through. 4 shots fired by the Fanclub. Stukov not able to interrupt. And now they're looking for the kill. And Nubarak, the Cocoon already out against Tracer. Portal disappears. And now Wit, it might be dead here. There's the ley line. And Wit is still able to walk out for just a moment. Junkrat has given up on the kill. Blade is also retreating. They're starting to lose a lot of ground here. They're all a bit squishy, or a lot of them are, and if they don't have any additional assist from Medivh or can't get the quick kills, then they're in trouble, as you can see here. Greyman is down, and somehow Stukov survives. The Riptire, though! Yes, that finishes what they started. 3 kills in total now, and just look at Blade. He's trying to Hearthstone out here. I'm not quite sure if they even see him. Oh, quest is completed for Medivh. Look at this. He completes the quest and he instantly dies. If he... Oh God, if they could have taken him just a second earlier, they would have reset his entire baseline. That would have been disastrous. But this is more so the Fanclub that we actually expected. So just after I said that they're fighting on eye level here, the Fanclub turns it up to 100 and is starting to take tons of kills and get massively ahead on the objective and also in experience. So they take the bot lane control, they have the additional bell tower now, and they have the level 13 talents. So that's more the Fanclub that we expected in this series, but let's not quite count them out yet. Feel the Heat, that is. Yeah, they're currently still trying to do their thing here. Top lane, that's where we have still our 1 versus 1 setup between Blade and between Copenhagen. There's obviously always a little caveat that a lot of rotations to the bot lane have happened so far in this game. Wit still trying to spawn a few beetles, get into tower range, try and soak the shots, allow Greyman in particular to get closer. They really need to reclaim this as quickly as they can. Medivh is now moving in too. It's a 4 versus 4 and it will be for a long time. Nobody seems to be rotating from the top lane just yet. And yeah, off we go. There's a little setup right there. The attempt to come in from the side. Flank maybe against Henning. Drop Malfurion here. Could be something that they're going to do, but not for now. And 13 talents. Both sides are finally also picked, the latest one. But bottom altar is the single one. And honestly, they won't be able to do a whole lot with the bottom altar if it comes to a point where this spell tower does not get reconverted. Just simply because you just have no fallback option. You have to enter from the top directly, and you have pretty much no chance of actually moving away. So you're locked into place. It's an incredibly risky move if you make it. If you get the kill, on the other hand, that's a different story. And ETC just fucking disappears. 1 second he's there, the next he is absolutely gone. That kill was beautiful, and they follow it up with the second one against Malfurion. 2 kills already. Damn. That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect right there. Incredibly well done. And a solid setup now for not only the reconversion of the bell tower, but also the approach to try and get the shots fired. I'm actually a bit surprised that he channels it through. Ah, Junket was still there. That's 3 shots. I guess they didn't have time to really get the bell tower. Not enough, at least, that is. Yeah, with Junket still being on the side, he could have tried to delay it a little bit more, so... guess it makes sense at the end of the day that they are not trying to get the additional shot in. It's probably not worth it, considering that the death timers are also rather low, and there's a chance that the opponent's team just comes back in and then tries to delay it again. 7 kills against 7. Let's have a closer look at the damage numbers. We are currently on 35,000 for Tracer, 36,000 for Greymane. Yeah, Tracer gets attacked, but dodges the second stun. Tai paying attention here. The lockdown against the Nubarak. Portals are already out. And then Nubarak just plays the portal game to escape the Riptire. Might not be that successful, though. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit too much to take the cockroach down here. But, yeah, nuking the cockroaches right there. Riptire in, And that's that. And they go for the bell tower again. That must be a little bit annoying. Feel the Heat just got it. They just got it back. Just a second ago, they reclaimed it. But now the Fanclub is coming in. It's like, I don't think you understood what we were saying there earlier, but this one's ours. It's ours. You don't get it. You don't get to have that bell tower. We'll take it back now. Thank you. 8 kills against 7. 16 versus 16 talents now. Still top lane. Got pushed in a bit, but there's no real pressure to the bell tower, as you can see. Triple altar phase, and we're again looking at a similar setup. Epicenter is now taken. And ETC is moving towards the top together with Medivh. That experienced Globe doesn't really know where to go. And let's go. Bot lane. Uh-oh, they're diving in deep for this, aren't they? They have no escape path, as I said. They can't go to the left, they can't go to the right. They need the kill, and they get it again against ETC. Jeez, that Wolf is hungry. Together with Stukov, they get the kill, and it seems like Ty is also going to fall. Yes, that's a double kill. Damn. Feel the heat today. They are just crushing. Swamgrota makes it out, or does he? The stun is there, and that's another kill. Guys, they took the shots already, but now they're of course going to go for the bell tower conversion here. They're going to get both of those. Alright, Copenhagen. He's still active. They're trying to make the play for Malfurion, maybe. Don't tell me they can't take this one. I mean, they need to take a bell tower now. I would be shocked if they can't grab this one. They're going for Malfurion again. The bullet connects, and that old bird is eliminated quickly. Yeah, here comes again Nubarak jumping in, spawning a couple of additional beetles so that they can easily take this one down. There's not going to be any problem with that. That of course also means, since no minions travel through the bot lane anymore, means that over on the right side, these minion waves over and over are going to home in on that bell tower and start to take it down slowly. So by attacking this one on the right and eliminating the minion waves, it pretty much means that they're grabbing 2 at the same time. So it's a pretty cool deal for them now. We have 23 against 15 points on the core, and Medivh is already sitting up at the top and can soak a little bit more experience here for his team. They're already nearly a level ahead, so that's going to help them a lot. But this is getting actually very close now. But the bot lane control is going to do a lot. You see 36 seconds for Malfurion. His delayed kill really helps the red team, because these staggered deaths are more or less ensuring that the blue team is always down 1 hero at least. So now that they claim this bell tower, they can also go for the pumpkin camps, which is exactly what they do. Moving in already on the left side. Can then afterwards also take the one on the right. And as you can tell, another minion wave is now moving in to finally claim the bell tower over here. So the pumpkin camps have been taken, and that will allow them to maybe even get some shots in onto the towers. Yeah, there's the jump. They're actually trying to turn it around against Ultralisk. Portal is there though. Moves away. Rexa is feigning his death. And there's the jet propulsion as Blaze comes in from below. Leyline misses everything. The zoning Leyline not successful. And now they can already move back here. It's all about 20 now. They want to get level 20 at this point. Grab level 20, play around this a little bit, try and make your plays right there. So far, it's not really going all that way. Bottom bell tower has been converted now by the minion waves that we're pushing in, which means that we're currently looking at 15 to 20 points. ETC Mosh Pit gets interrupted, didn't hit a lot either. 5 bell towers against 3. The kill against the Nubarak. Bug control, the pest control is right there. The exterminators are in the game, and the cavalry has taken over the case. Level 20 talents, but only for heroes. Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, they get level 20 talents, but that's a problem. So, all of a sudden, what else do we get? We have portals set up to maybe even drop Ultralisk, but he still had the shield cooldown ready and could move through the portal. ETC, on the other hand, gets also eliminated. Damn. Yeah, that cow is just falling. The wolf is hungry, I keep telling you. They're going in for kill after kill here. Blade gets the shield. Nice job by Medivh. Feign death. No. He's gonna fall, isn't he? He's actually surviving. Are you serious? They're trying to make the play over here. Medivh cheating his ways through victory, apparently. They get the ley line connect, and they can take down Malfurion. They try to go for Svamgrota, and they get another kill. The level 20 talent giving them a mad advantage. Tai still fighting through it, though, or at least trying. I mean, he's going for as many interrupts as he can. Copenhagen is sniffed out at the bottom. He's eliminated too. They're just killing everything in their sights. 15 kills against 9. And it is slowly but steadily becoming a big problem for the fan club. They go for Tracer, and bam! Gets wrecked from every angle. So now, as we're heading into the next spell tower, we have Greymane rotating towards the top, but that's going to be 6 shots fired. They actually go for the full control, guys. With ETC being the only one that is back on the map, they're trying to get the barrage started. They're going for all the bell towers here, and with Greymane topside, they should be able to make that happen. Medivh could even portal top. Maybe he's portaling bottom right now to set up the defense against ETC, and that's exactly what's going on. They're going for the full control here, and they're going to get it. Top has been converted, and that's where the channel from X-Ray starts. 7 shots fired. Massive barrage onto the core because of the full control that they have, and now shot after shot is being fired against their core. There's the ley line again. The setup is there. It's a 5 versus 4 battle. They go for Malfurion, and he gets wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. Svamgrota, the bullet takes him down. Greymane with a kill. Guys, this might just be game. The shots, they keep getting fired. Lauber is dancing, is immediately getting silenced and eliminated. Holy shit. Tai is also dead, and this is game. They can do whatever they want. They won't have enough. Portal games are being played. I love how they just shut Lauber down. They're just like, nope, you don't even get a dance, baby. You don't even get to dance. Not even a little bit. Shots are fired. This is game. Feel the heat. They take the 2-0 lead against the fan club in this best of 5 loser bracket final. Alrighty, game number 3. Feel the heat is ahead. 2-0. So at this point, the fan club needs to be a bit more careful. As I said, they played already in the winner bracket, the 2 of them, and back then it was a 3-1 victory for the fan club, but now Feel the Heat has pretty much 3 opportunities to secure themselves in a spot in the grand final. If the fan club just fucks up once, they are out of the tournament. They will finish this as 3rd place, and that would be a bit strange, to say the least. But yeah, Feel the Heat now has a chance to make that happen. And there's obviously still the opportunity for a reverse sweep, and we've seen reverse sweeps in this very tournament already. So I'm not saying this isn't possible anymore, but I'm a little bit worried for the fan club, because Feel the Heat is playing actually pretty well. Now, again, if you ask me, is it possible that the fan club still wins this? Definitely yes. I mean, these guys are fantastic. But Feel the Heat has played some incredible games, not only today, but yesterday too. So, well, for now, we have Deathwing banned out. We got the ban on Vala. And what else is going to happen here? It is, again, a bit of a global map, so you can already think about banning Abathur out if you want to. That's definitely a potential ban. We've even seen I mean, there's a few others. Falset has been banned out here. Tyrell is really good. Medivh gets eliminated. I really don't blame them for that. Medivh is a cheater as it is, and he already proved himself valuable in this particular series. So, yeah, there's that. Zeratul is another hero, of course, that will have a big impact here when he's picked, especially if there's an Abathur plus Zeratul combo. And that's possible for both teams. But especially the fan club has played that a few times in the past. So, it might be something that Feel the Heat is going to address here. Yeah, but they don't. They actually ban Ana out. So Abathur and Zeratul are both still up. Now, not necessarily a first pick potential. Lauber takes Garrosh. Zarya is also up, keep that in mind. But are we gonna see anything along those lines of Abathur plus X? Because that is a possibility here. And it should be a little bit terrifying. If that happens, if you have a good Abathur player on the opponent's team, whew, then you are in trouble. Yeah. But Khaldor going strong. And the Zarya pick. No speed Garrosh. No race car Garrosh. Instead, we get Reyna and Zarya, which means that we have likely Exterminator taken again to get the full on boss control, as we've seen in the previous series. And that would mean that the fan club also needs something to either fight over the boss spot or at least get their own boss. Okay, Jaina locked in immediately, plus Rhaegar. That's good camp clear on both of the heroes right away. Therefore, they can go for Siege Giant camps, for the Bruiser camps. But they need a little bit more to really round this out. Not sold on this yet. I like what Feel the Heat has quite a bit, to be honest with you. My question is, right now, still, what happens around potential picks on Zeratul? And, well, there's my answer. The ban on Zeratul, that's what happens. So that was an easy one. Quickly set up here. Fan club now. What do they ban out? What are you worried about at this point? I mean, with already them picking Garrosh, they could also ban out a tank. And what's it gonna be? Because honestly, they still need something. Vala maybe could be played also by Tai if they want to play that with Garrosh here. They have Rhaegar for camp clear, but generally speaking, I find the opening of Feel the Heat actually pretty solid. And now the question, of course, how they follow this up. Dehaka gets banned out for the side lane. Don't really think that's going to be a big problem for Feel the Heat. Likely they're going to go for Leo anyways. They got Kane. The old man and ETC. Okay. Do we get Leo now? Or are they going to play something else here? I mean, I guess it depends obviously what Copenhagen is going to pick in the first place. So yeah, there's that. Alright. So, Deckard Kane. Good old lockdown. Slows. ETC is in, can create some space and really guard Reyna. Zarya can protect the two of them. Chen and Svamgrotas Alarak. We haven't seen him in this tournament yet, but here it is. Svamgrotas Alarak gets picked. And now Blade. Blade against Chen. Is he going to go for Leo simply? Are we going to see another Blaze pick for him? Could definitely help out ETC a bit at the side here. Alright. Could be the last game. Again, this could be the last game in the series. This would be on our only 3-0 series so far. They go for Tyrael. A Tyrael and ETC setup, so ETC can be played at the side lane. Ladies, Khaldor, let's go. We're ready. Game 3. Can Feel the Heat actually pull it off and 3-0 Lauber's fan club? Or is the fan club coming back into the best of 5? We'll find out right now. Game number 3. It is time to shine. Let's see if they can actually pull it off. At this point, we're looking once again at a setup with good old Alarak. Alarak is in the game and has a chance to shine and bring it back for the boys here. But let's see how this is going to pan out. We're on Khaldor, and on the left side, we have Svamgrota on Alarak, Lauber on Garrosh, Copenhagen on Chen, Henning on Rhaegar. And we got Tai on Jaina. To the right side of the map, though, X-Ray on Deckard Kane. We have Blade on ETC, Wit on Tyrael, Ultralisk on Reyna, and Dainu on Zarya. So another one of these Zarya setups that we had so often. As expected, Exterminator taken by Jimmy so that he controls the boss a little bit better and can go for, I mean, camps in general. Of course, shutting down the damage output a little bit more, but they still have plenty. So we'll actually see how this is going to go for them. Henning on the other side on Rhaegar, so what we are going to see from him is a lot of camp focus together with Jaina most likely. The Lightning Shield allows you to get camps very quickly, so in a reasonable time frame. And he is still one of the best supports when it comes not only to burst heal, but then of course also when you're trying to get those camps. Please survive. What a setup. Garrosh flips him over and the penetrating round saves Jimmy. X-Ray is alive thanks to the shield of Zarya. What a fight. What a fight down here. Okay, that one was funny. He just flips him over to the other side and the penetrating round hits all three of them, pushes them back. And they all survive through it. Nicely done. Yeah, so now Lauber trying to get the vision. X-ray the old man, chasing him out together with Wit, but damn, that setup down here. What a skirmish. Not really what I expected. Feel the heat for Dino. So yeah, he's going strong on the meme here. They are aptly named. It's an aptly named team. So finally they get for, I think the second time actually already, to play Zarya together with Feel the Heat. So camps are now taken all over the place with the priority on the red team side onto the Bruiser camp. The exact opposite happens for the blue team. Their camp, honestly, the Siege Giant camp isn't worth as much because the Tribute spawns topside, so it's an easy defense against the Siege Giants later on. Whereas, of course, the camp at the bottom of the map is a very different story. This is why X-Ray is currently sitting there, just guarding the camp, because they want to time it around the objective, or around the first curse, so that Alarak is forced to stay at the bot lane longer, or he's going to risk that they lose the entire wall to that. So that's pretty much what's going to happen there. But with this, we have now at the top the objective announced. So Deckard Kane is going to take this one eventually. Reyna's moving across lanes. We still have an experience lead for the fan club, which is probably going to subside just a bit after we've seen this mid lane taken out, especially since there's a second wave now pushing in too. So it should be pretty even experience for the two teams as that happens. But now towards the top, the first tribute is going to spawn in just a second. And we'll see if which team locks this one in. Especially since now, as expected, the Siege Giants are taken at the bottom of the map. So, well, Swampgrota will have to stay. Wit, in theory, can move away after clearing the wave. Channel is in. Blade is getting this one for free. Easy one. Easy channel for Blade, and with this we now have a lead on the tributes, 6 versus 6 in levels, 0 kills so far. Both of them still playing a bit cautious here, and especially the fan club can't really be blamed for playing this very slow, since they have to win 3 in a row now if they want to move to the grand final and face off against Washed Up again. Lauber also getting attacked here. Lauber, and Wit wants the kill, and 6 hit points, 7 hit points, but he goes down regardless. First blood secured, and the counter kill against Tyrael maybe even. No, Wit is able to move out. Alright, doesn't even have to jump on the Eldrones. But yeah, 7 versus 7 are now in their hands. The Swift Retribution is in 4 minutes into the game, which means that in another minute the bosses are going to appear on the map, and then Exterminator is going to be a value asset for them. Also, Zarya, after Feel the Heat, going into the I Am the Strongest and the Explosive Barrier. So with the Explosive Barrier in particular, they can really play a bit around Tyrael and being aggressive with him. Blade has, of course, gone into the Echo Paddle, since he is, so to say, the side laner for them right now. Could go still into Mosh Pit, but Stage Dive is also a solid option. And there's the kill against Tyrael. So they move into the middle and they take him down. Explodes at least onto Lauber, so there's a bit of damage, and he also reduces his death timer by a couple of %. But yeah, let's see. For now, kill for a kill. Down at the bottom of the map, Dino is already just burning down the first tower, gaining of course also energy as the shield is getting attacked here. Top lane has taken a bit of damage for Feel the Heat. Their fort already suffering some hit point losses, but the next objective is soon gonna pop up. Right now it's still 1-for-1, so easy tribute trade. But the early level 10 is a threat. And there's the flip, and that's the end of Dino. Dino down, good gank, 4 heroes in total committed to it. But it comes at a little bit of a positional cost, because at the top we see the boss attacked right away. Then again, the blue team does exactly the same thing. That's 4 heroes against 2 heroes, and just look how quickly Jimmy takes this one down. I mean, the blue team is gonna be first, but it's not by a big margin. And there's decent heroes here in the setup too. Look topside. Jimmy alone together with Wit is just murdering that thing. So that's actually a pretty impressive setup there. Level 10 abilities are in, and of course you want to take it beforehand, because there's a chance that Chen actually goes for the top kek play and tries to kek you out. Not so happening here though, because he goes for the triple panda instead. Yeah, level 10 abilities are in, and well, let's see if Jimmy can actually rotate bot side and maybe deal with the boss and try to defend against that. So that's something that might be possible for them. Already interrupted though, vision is taken, and that's also where the tribute spawns. Damage output, 6,000 is the top damage on the red team side on Zarya. That's half the damage that Alarak has been able to push out, or Chen for that matter. But it's not over by any means. ETC with the stage dive, as expected. Jumps in, flattens the doggy. But they lose Tyrael already. And as you can tell, they lost the tribute too. Now they have to jump out here. And they're going to lose way more than that, aren't they? Lulnado creating some space just before Dino falls. Boss at the top is about to take the fort down. But at the bottom, the fort has been eliminated. And the boss is hammering down the wall at the keep. Good start for Lauber's Fanclub. Feel the Heat is starting to suffer a little bit. Sanctification never was really thrown out there. And ETC came in a bit late, so there was no actual need to fight anymore for the tribute. So at this point, it's all about the camp focus again for the Fanclub. Playing a controlled game here. Slow and easy. Jump back on the minions, on mercenaries. Try and get the experience. Move up and take maybe also the siege giants right now, as the next tribute is about to spawn in 19 seconds. That makes it a bit difficult to go for the camp. So they're not going to take it here. Could take the curse though. If they get another kill and are able to take the tribute, then they would curse the red team already. ETC is still busy in the middle of the map, pushing the camp out that was taken just a few seconds ago. But there's of course also the mosh pit, the stage dive. But that's a kill against Jimmy. They're losing these too early. Sanctification is out, but their main damage dealer is gone. Well, they still have Zarya, and she's putting Feel the Heat to the test against Rhaegar and get the kill. Kill for a kill here, but now they're on the run. Dino is trying to stay alive a bit longer, but he just gets bullied around. I mean, Garrosh literally just moves in and throws him around like a ragdoll. So now we have 5 kills against 2. Mid lane is getting attacked, and that's a curse. Curse is in as the tribute is channeled. And now they can simply push through over here. Well, nicely done. 5 kills against 2. The Fanclub definitely gaining some momentum. And the problem is simply that Jimmy died a little bit too early in that fight. And this is already indicative of the way that the Fanclub is playing this composition right now. They are nicely rotating through the map, always finding an opportunity for a kill, getting swift ganks set up, and then with coordinated play, drop a target swiftly. It's what they did against Jimmy. It's what they're trying to do now too. But a bit of a lockdown, and that could be a kill against Ty. Yes, Jaina is down. Nice. Well done. Jaina down just as the curse is supposed to give a big lead to the Fanclub in terms of structural damage, but the fight isn't over yet. X-Ray is low, so is Henning though, and Henning goes down. Henning is dead, ETC jumps in, Svamgrotta is gonna get away, but this isn't over yet since Lauber is still trying to escape. He's currently playing up here at the top against X-Ray, and they're gonna go for the War Chief. Lauber is about to be eliminated, staggered death on him. Goodbye Garrosh, and the curse is over as well. Now the curse cost them 2 forts. No, actually it didn't. It cost them 1 fort, since the bottom fort was eliminated anyways. So inexperienced and not too far behind, because all of these minion waves that we've seen have of course pushed in. Nothing was really lost there, and that's why they could just easily get it. So it's even experience for them. And they didn't even lose the fort in the middle of the map, so that course could have been a lot worse. Them winning those fights was crucial. They're actually ahead in experience now. That's actually one of the problems on Cursed Hollow a little bit, that you're oftentimes ending up in a situation where if you curse the opponent, but you don't soak all 3 lanes, the curse will make you fall behind in experience. Because your minion waves take down the opponent's minion waves pretty much instantly, and if there's no hero to soak the experience, all that's going to happen is that you build up waves on your own that will eventually run against structures of your opponent's team. And if those structures aren't taken down, all that your opponent has to do is move in and soak it later, and they get the full experience, whereas you lost several waves. And that's pretty much what happened right here. Now, normally that gets traded off by you taking structures down, but the Fanclub really didn't take anything down except for the fort at the top lane, and that is a meager price for the first curse. So they didn't get as much as they were hoping for. And with 5 kills against 5, we are still in a spot where Feel the Heat has taken a lead in experience and is now doing solid damage at the bottom of the map against the gate here. And Blade is already moving away since he doesn't want to get ganked. The gank is on the way now. But yeah, they're not following up on this just yet. Chen is in a similar spot. Chen can just jump out here, uses the wall already as a bit of an escape spot. But bosses are up again, and as you could expect, they're immediately getting focused. Red team has no problems, not with Jimmy. Blue team neither. So both of them just go for the same play here. And then it's just a question of who blinks first. Who tries to be aggressive, or do both simply play the defensive style and try and defend their own keep? Yeah, talking about keeps, this one has to be taken apart. The Siege Giants and the Catapults are threatening just too much. Boss is already taken. There's a tribute at the top that spawns in 16 seconds. That's a bit of an issue. And they might have to just let that go and let Jimmy defend the bot lane. Jimmy's Hearthstoning? No. Jimmy's just sitting tight here. Not waiting for the camp either. Decisions are being made. Boss is moving through the top. Tribute is left to the blue team. It's the best choice, honestly. This is the one thing that you really want to do. Down at the bottom of the map, they're burning this one down as quick as they can. And, well, Exterminator is going to help tremendously here. Over at the top. This is still going to fall a little bit. Root against Jaina. So, yeah, not going to go through the entire wall, but at least going to get some damage done. Especially also against the minions, taking those down quickly. So it's just an even boss exchange. Nobody really getting a big lead or anything, as you can see here. So it's very, very much so the same. But the question is still who wins the next fight. It's a half-level lead for the red team. But it's a tense battle for sure. Yeah, damage output. Let's have a quick look over to the numbers. 18,000 for Zarya. 15,000 for Jimmy. Yeah, if you compare that to the blue team, then of course the damage output is pretty impressive for the fan club, but it just matters how much you can coordinate on a single target to get the kill. And in that regard, the two of them are drawing even at 5 kills apiece. Next tribute is up. This is going to be the second tribute for either one of the teams here. And there's already a bit of a zone out. I mean, this time we have hold your ground. Holy Ground. And Holy Ground is also great for boss control, but the taunt and the kill. No sanctification. Garrosh once again just making the perfect plays here. The attempt at Ancestral, that one was already in. Tai is getting attacked. 4 versus 5 right now, and they're still trying to fight through it. Good luck with that. ETC is low, and ETC is dead. The fan club once more setting the kill up with Garrosh. Dino gets attacked and also dropped, and that's 8 kills against 5. 3 kills and another tribute. Yeah, well played. Lauber's fan club looking at a great opportunity to take maybe even the bottom keep here. Get some damage in, at least. Might not be able to destroy the entire thing, but every single hit point that you can take off matters, especially if you're able to lock in another boss later on. Pretty fantastic setup. Nicely done. By the way, also, in the last engage, one thing that I still want to highlight, I mean, Emerald is really doing work at this point. That Ancestral didn't really do a whole lot, so that was a really nice counter of Deck Arcane against the Ancestral from Rhaegar. So, incredibly well done. Didn't get a lot of heals out there. Didn't matter in the end because the kill against Tyrael just shut the entire fight down. But it was still pretty impressive to see. Now, the keep itself is at 50% HP, and now that the tribute is spawning at the top of the map. I didn't want to go for that. Talking about going for it. Yes, that's another one. Zip, and he's down. If I'm Tyrael, I'm pissed at this point. This is the 3rd time I want to say that he just gets completely deleted. So yeah, they moved top, showed quickly on the lane, moved back down, out of sight, and just jumped in for it. Now, the tribute isn't even channeled. Blade tried, but now he's gonna have to jump out. Stage dives away down to the bottom of the map to save the keep. So at least that stage dive was useful. But of course that is another tribute, another curse, and if they can't get a kill or 2 here, then they're gonna suffer tons. Swamp Grotta actually goes down. He actually dies to this. 4 versus 4. Ooh, Dino, the damage is there from Feel the Heat, but it does not matter anymore. He falls regardless. And now since the curse is on, that's at least gonna be 2 keeps. At least. Honestly, they should, if not take the core, then get every single keep at this point. I mean, yeah, it's nasty. There's 3 heroes still able to defend here. They take the keep in the middle, they take the keep at the bottom. If they move towards the top, for example, and take another one, I mean, they even have a level 20 advantage now. Actually, they don't anymore because Feel the Heat has their own Storm talent. But that's 2 keeps eliminated. And yeah, as I said, I think they could still go straight up to the top and take this one down too. I mean, just look at it. It's incredibly low. There's 2 heroes dead for another 20 seconds. Granted, they have 1 hero dead too, so they're only relying on 4 at this point, but still. Boss is up in another 3 seconds, and that's the reason why they actually fell back here. So if they take this one, then it's just over. Red team knows it as well. That's why they're moving down to the bottom of the map already and ignore their top keep. So they let this one fall, or they're willing to do that. But it's all about the traps right now. Do we get one? Okay, they see that the boss is not getting taken. Top keep is still suffering at the catapult, but the minion wave is going to push that out. 11 kills against 6. It's not quite over yet, but the lead is there for Lauber's Fanclub. And a big one at that. I mean, you look at the structures on the map, and the only structure that hasn't been destroyed for the red team is the top keep. On the side of the blue team, there's 3 forts and 2... three keeps and 2 forts still remaining. They have to go for the YOLO play, and they do. They're trying to steal this one. I mean, what else can they do? Honestly, they have to make a play like this. There's pretty much no other option. And they're driving a big wedge between the opponent's team now. But X-Ray, the sanctification, that was nearly a kill. Do they get it? Yes, they do. They take the boss. That saves them the game for a little bit longer, but they need to get more than that. They need to get kills too in this case. Boss is already moving in. The fight in the corner right here. And they're trying to somehow break through a big seal from Deckard Kane. And Lauber is down. Lauber is dead. And they try to go for the little doggy. And they take Henning down. Alrighty. The Nexus Chihuahua is eliminated. But the keep is getting dropped in just a few more. And the core is getting attacked too. Look at this. They're moving in already as we speak. Where are the Hearthstones? There they are. ETC, the only one that's back. Does it matter? I don't really think so. They didn't move back in time. Alarak was interrupting too. 15%, and it's not enough. This, ladies and gentlemen, is game as the Fanclub win the 3rd map of the series and put the first point for their team onto the scoreboard. Game number 4. Is it the beginning of another reverse sweep, or is Feel the Heat going to seal the deal on Sky Temple? The map was chosen by the Fanclub, everybody. And Feel the Heat gets first pick, first ban. So, let's have a look. Right now, it's Sky Temple time. And, yeah, ETC gets banned. This is another map where you could also see Zeratul, of course. So, I'm really curious. Can Feel the Heat pull it off? Can they get revenge for the loss in the winner bracket and make it to the grand final to face off against Washed Up? Or is Lauber's Fanclub stepping it up now and then taking the opponent down? That's the bigger question right now. And in terms of bans, I mean, this is another map where you could also, in theory, go for more Abathur plays. We have seen very little Abathur between those two teams. We have seen Abathur played in this tournament, yes. But with Abathur Zeratul and also theoretically Abathur Samuro, you actually have some pretty nice tools that you could use on Sky Temple to take the opponent down. Both of them are absolutely... Both combos are viable here. We both seen them in HGC too. Now, ETC is going to be joined by a second ban on the red team side. And, well, with Deathwing already eliminated, the question is, of course, what else are they going to get rid of? Okay, Vala is getting banned out here. We still have Jimmy as an option on the map. I mean, there is a boss to be taken, and also Tyrael is going to become a bit of a concern eventually, since it's all about the boss. It's not all about the boss fight, but you oftentimes end up in pretty decisive moments on Sky Temple that are just played around the boss pit. Because if a team is behind on structures and then it's just like even temple spawning over and over again, eventually they will have to make a bit of a Hail Mary attempt to win the game. And that's usually them going for the boss and trying to lock it in. So you will have to face the music there and fight. This is why Tyrael can be really good with Hold Your Ground, Sanctification, while Falstad oftentimes in the past got played for Mighty Gust value. But now it's Medivh that gets banned out, which leaves us still with Zarya. Just saying. Garrosh is taken, aka if the Fanclub doesn't pick Zarya for themselves now, it's gonna be a Razecar Garrosh composition. Very likely. Okay. And there's also, of course, a Zeratul setup that we could see. So... well, let's have a look. There it is. No Garrosh Zarya anymore. Nope. Instead, the immediate counter pick. This is like, nope, give. Our Zarya now. You don't get Zarya. Yeah, now the immediate question, of course, what's going to be picked on the damage front? Vala has already been banned out, which means that if you want to go for an auto-attacker, Jimmy would be the logical choice. And also a very welcoming recipient of the shield, Stukov, and Greyman. Greyman also true. Also quite powerful here. Okay. And, well, let's see. It's ban time again. And you can still ban the offlane here. You can ban the Haka, for example, out. They banned that earlier. And there's another hero that gets on this map a lot of value. If not, then the good old Leoric that we see just so often played by Blade could be another option for them. I mean, again, Rexa, Leo, Blaze, you name it, this map you can feature it all. The Haka for globals, Blaze gets banned out. So yeah, there's no additional stun here. Blaze stun alone into a Stukov lurking arm is already horrendous. And you have the Virulent reaction, then yeah. It's eternal lockdown. Especially with Garrosh going in for a taunt and dropping that too. Okay, next ban. Let's see. Jaina. They get rid of Jaina for now. Okay, Jaina eliminated. No Ana, by the way, picked in this game either, so it's not about nano boost problems. That's not gonna be problematic there. And what else? Now that we're looking at the next pick phase, we have a double pick for the fan club. So ETC has been banned, aka Lauber cannot pick anything that can jump around here with stage dive or get the mosh pit through, but he can still go into Tyrael. I mean, again, there could even be a Tracer pick now for the fan club. Look at this, they have Tyrael, they have Belfurion, and they have Zarya. They could actually give Ty Tracer if they wanted to. Tricky though, depending on what is picked on the offlane now. You already have the silence of Stukov and Garrosh taunt against you. Greymane as well. It's not really easy to play around, but you get a lot of shields if you play it on the blue team side now. So, let's see. But Tyrael again, hold your ground and Sanctification for the boss fight is amazing. Sylvanas and Rexa. Okay, so Rexa up at the top. Greymane Sylvanas can be pretty powerful on structures too. So that's another chance for them to just annihilate towers, gates, forts, keeps in the attempt to get more value out of the objective. And I'm really curious what Ty picks now. Initially I thought that might be a Tracer pick. There's a lot of good things here for Tracer to capitalize on, and they go for Hammer. Yeah, Hammer is actually not too bad either. I mean, you still get a lot out of this. But let's see. Feel the Heat has a solid lineup. This is gonna get spicy. Sky Temple, map number 4. Let's go straight in and see who takes the victory here in the 4th game of the Best of 5 series. Off we go. Game number 4. The fan club on the left side with Henning on Malfurion, Copenhagen on Chen. We see Ty on Sergeant Hammer. We have Lauber on Tyrael and Swamgrotta on Zarya. And over to the right side of the map, Blade on Rexa for Feel the Heat, Ultralisk on Greymane, X-Ray is playing Stukov in this 4th game. We have Dino and Sylvana, so together with Greymane, that's a lot of pressure against structures. And we currently have Wit on Garrosh. Okay, so Feel the Heat for Zarya as the level 1 talent choice again. And everybody already moving up to the top, at least a couple of the heroes, towards the watchtower. And Lauber is immediately in trouble and he's dead. And that was anticipated already. That was actually very smartly played by Wit. So Wit did not actually go for the area. He knew that he would jump out and was just simply moving towards the side, waiting for the little druids to come in. And after that, there was no mobility left on Tyrael any longer. And thanks to the silence that we saw with the lurking arm from Stukov, there was an easy kill for them. Really well done here. Nicely done. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Okay, so with this, we have now 1 kill against 0. A good start into it. And everybody is starting the rotation up. Up to the top, Hammer is actually already in a spot where she can start to attack the structures now too. Ty is of course desperately waiting for his level 7 talent. Hovering Siege mode is going to be a super important talent for him to capitalize on later with a bit of mobility. But for now, it's enough to siege up here, and there's literally 3 heroes fighting off against 1. So, not a lot to be done for the team in red. But they have their own push going. At the bottom of the map with Copenhagen nearly getting destroyed here. But it's really this Greymane and Sylvanas combo that is just so incredibly powerful, especially since it is assisted now by also an entire Siege Giant camp. One tower down, second tower falling, and that's the entire wall eliminated. And this lane is actually highly important, because if the fountain falls, then for the second objective, which spawns at the bottom of the map, that would be a bit of a disaster. Oh, look at Blades, level 4. He actually went into Animal Husbandry here. Ultralisk is gonna go not down. Oh. He actually escapes. Yeah, he actually went for Animal Husbandry. Okay. So Blade is sitting here saying like, I'm gonna live. I'm a survivor. 46 for now. Extra hit points for him and Misha. I'm gonna keep you updated a bit. You can probably see the number at the bottom left. But yeah. Nice play. Destroyed walls on both sides. Nothing too insane, but well, at least they are a little bit there. So let's have a quick look if they can maybe get a bit more with that Sylvanas composition. I mean, Sylvanas and Greymane are just fantastic. It's awesome. Greymane in particular. You get him on any kind of structure in Worgen form, and he is chunking the shit out of it. Over here, Hammer gets attacked, but there's of course siege tactics. So no panic move on Tai. Waits it out, knows exactly what he has. Sylvanas on the other hand, Dainu. Yeah, he's currently committing Sudoku over here. Jumps in, and they don't even get the kill against Chen. Wow. 3 heroes down, and they get nothing out of it. Holy shit. First, it was Sylvanas that committed Subaru. Then we come straight in with the next hero that says, okay, I'm gonna commit Suzuki as well now. And that is that. 3 heroes eliminated, committing suicide over here, and they don't get anything out of it. Early in the game, yes, but that hurts, and that hurts a lot. I think they just didn't realize how many heroes were present at that fight. I honestly think that's what happened there. They thought it was maybe like 1-2 heroes, but they had absolutely no idea how many were just stuck there. And if you commit with 3 heroes to this and there's only 2 and you get the first kill, then of course you're gonna gain a lot. But in this case, they definitely were bleeding. 3 kills against 1. It's a miracle that they're not farther behind in experience now. But that's gonna be at least a fort eliminated. There's at least counter shots fired towards the middle, but as you can tell, they're not really getting too much done here. So that fort is gonna fall. But yeah. Bit of a weird one. This is a bit of a weird switch here. I mean, we have 300 additional hit points by now. Wit is gonna go down again, isn't he? Wit, counter kill. Nope, Tai gets away. Tai gets away, Henning escapes too, Ultralisk jumps out. They need to be a little bit careful. It's amazing to me that in experience they're not farther behind right now, considering the kills that we've seen. But there's 4 kills against 1 now, and a lot of these kills is just failed attempts of them to be aggressive. They're losing Stukov, that's 5 kills against 1. It's getting quite nasty over here. I mean, that is getting pretty crazy. Now we have Blade still, of course, getting experience. He has quite a lot of stacks also on the Animal Husbandry. I mean, of course, we're only 5 minutes in, but hey, still. 380 additional hit points. It's quite the boost that you get there. But I really would like the red team to play a bit more relaxed now. They're just trying to aggressively get kills, and I generally like that style, but they are overcommitting in so many cases, and that leads to an early level 10 for the opponent, and I'm not sure if they can afford that. So now they're trying to go for Lauber, and that could have been a kill, but X-Ray was a bit too late on the lurking arm, and they are again on the run. And Ultralisk barely gets away here. Has to tap the fountain early before the objective is even announced, so it's a bit tricky. But don't misjudge that yet. They're only half a level behind. Despite the fact that they lost a lot of heroes, it's half a level disadvantage that we're talking about now. But there's, of course, our 4-man. Chen is there too. Over here, the attempt by Blade on Rexa and Ultralisk to get them the... finally, to get them the level 10 ability. Okay, they find Chen. Found the panda, baby. And now they can all just gather up for the big fight, which is definitely going to happen now. Yeah, level 10 is in, and that gives us a lot of tools that they can use now. If you get any kind of setup up with not only the Wailing Arrow, but also Stukov following it up with a bit of a Lurking Arm, plus also Garrosh Torn, That is just so much time that you buy for Sylvanas and for Greymane to get some damage in. That's kind of nasty. They seem to be rotating the Sylvanas composition towards the middle, though. They don't really have to go for the temple if they get counter value, and they just do that by taking down the structures in the middle. And this is, again, I keep saying it, but it's an insane amount of damage on structures if you get Sylvanas and Greymane onto the same target here. Bottom of the map is a bit fought over as Rexa is trying to buy some time, but they simply got that one for free. Wit is still being chased now. And at this point, it's a 5 versus 5 at the bot lane. Yeah, there's the taunt. They go for Chen. Chen doesn't really care. Chen goes for the triple panda right now. That taunt didn't do a whole lot. And that's a nice BFG. Wit is low, but he doesn't fall. They're all moving away from it. But Tai, of course, is just getting auto attack in after auto attack in. Right-clicking the shit out of it. Yep. That's the next few shots fired, and slowly but steadily, the red team is losing ground on the map. They have eliminated one fort on the blue team's side, but they already lost the second one, and they're also losing a lot of hit points now in the middle of the map. So they are the ones that will eventually end up in a situation where they can't trade bell towers, temples, with the opponent anymore, and that would force a potential boss fight later on in the game. I mean, just take a look at the damage numbers right now. Sergeant Hammer has 21,000. Sylvanas has 20k. Greymane has 12. It's really just the lack of kills for Feel the Heat that is a problem and resulted in all of these structures being eliminated. And a lot of that comes because they just overcommitted so heavily. And again, I understand why. If they can get the kills there and steal the camp away, they're even farther ahead. But over here, there's a taunt in against Lauber. Again, Zarya creating a safe space over here. Okay. Our little SJW here with the expulsion zone. Safe space created and Tyrael saved. So that's nice. Wit is already on the run. And bot lane, that's where we currently still have a Siege Giant camp trying to push the lane out, but one of them has already been eliminated. The fight continues here over in the middle. And off we go. 13 Talons. Next step for them, right here. Tons of shields available for the blue team. Zarya shields, we have Malfurion, of course, helping out with the heals, and then on top of that, you get extra shields from Tyrael. Another setup, that's a good silence, now we're talking. That was a much, much better setup right now with the Lurking Arm, and they immediately start to go for the boss here. And yeah, these are the plays that I think they have to make now. It's a bit of a desperate one, but of course it's a 5 versus 4. Problem is the death timers are incredibly low because Tyrael also exploded on a couple of heroes, and through the new functionality, it resets the cooldown a bit. Zarya goes down as well. Okay. And can they get more? I think they let the boss slide and instead go for the kills instead. Copenhagen is not gonna die. Had the pandas ready. But that boss is still leashed. Lauber is back though, and he has Sanctification. So this fight by no means is over. They might actually just attempt to go for it themselves with Sanct. I don't really think so. It's actually a miracle to me that they're still fighting for this. Top lane, by the way, is currently a bit of a disaster. I mean, this is a mad push that could even damage the keep. But over here, they know that there's a Sanctification coming. And they don't have a lot of ults. Stukov needs to go for the slap. Slap it, baby! And it gets stolen away. I mean, really? I mean, sorry, but Captain Obvious wants his playback. Like, I don't know what to say to this. He has holy ground on level 13 and he has Sanctification. What do you think he would do? So they fight for this, the boss gets taken, and Feel the Heat is just now sitting there, and they're just thinking... Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Ring, ring. Hello. Yeah, Captain Obvious here. He wants his playback. Thank you. 6 kills against 3. They're again ahead, and just look at the structural position on the map. Sky Temple is all about structures. And they sacrificed a lot of hit points at the top already simply due to the fact that there was a camp pushing the entire time. Zarya is likely going to destroy the bottom keep now thanks to the temple. And I honestly don't know what to do here. I really don't know what to say. They get some damage now. They kill Chen, so that's good. And they can take the top fort. But you look at the bottom of the map and the keep is destroyed. The one at the top is already taking tons of damage too. And yeah, they're just going to continue that trend here. So, top side. Yeah, well, you get at least a couple of shots. I mean, they get some damage in, but they are massively ahead on structures now. They need to win a few more of these fights if they ever want to have a chance to come back into this. This could very well now really head into map 5. Again! For the 5th time or so in this tournament. Level 16 talents, off we go. We're just looking for an opportunity to set a kill up. I mean, they're not out of it yet. But you gotta question how they can win this game. They are down 1 keep. They have taken more damage at the top keep, also true. But it's 16 versus 16, so at least there's no talent advantage. There is still a chance that they are winning through a couple of well-placed team fights and good coordination. Rexa, by the way, is looking at 1,300 additional hit points. So far, as his animal husbandry has really worked out. So Misha is currently at 4,500 HP. Rexa is at 4,600. It's a bit of a trap set up down at the bottom. Yeah, the camp has been taken, but I don't know if anybody is going to rotate in for this. Greyman is taking the siege giants at the bottom of the map, and keep in mind that the bot lane is actually pushing against them. There's one catapult, the second one comes in, so they have to take that down soon, TM. Yeah. I mean, he's really hoping that Zarya is just face-checking this. But it's not happening. And Greyman is the defender at the bot lane now, so he needs to deal with this. But they also have to take care of the top of the map, because that's another push that is aiming straight for their keep. And as I said previously, their keep has 50% HP. So there's not really a lot to be done here. If that move makes it in, then the keep is gone. And have fun playing around the shrines after that. Yeah, there's already the fight starting up. Wit is moving out. Safe zone created. And yeah, he gets locked down too. Gets locked down. Body blocked by his teammate. And that's a kill. Wit is dead. And the keep at the top, as you can see, is losing more and more hit points. It still stands. They will likely defend it, but it has taken more damage, which means that it's even easier to take down by the temple shots. I'm not sure what to say. Guys, that's the last keep eliminated. If they soak both of these temples, then it's just lights out on keeps. They need a team fight, they need a wipe, and then they need to just momentum it towards the core. It's the only thing that Feel the Heat can do at this point. It's really what you need to do. Win the team fight, wipe the opponent, snowball it. And we've seen games like this. It's not out of the question. But they played this one too aggressively. Hammer already moving away. Where's the stun? There it is. And Hammer is dead. No, the Sanctification saves her. Sergeant Hammer is still in the game. Still in play. Chen is sitting still topside. And as I said, the keep, gone. Keep is gone. You have no chance outside of winning a big team fight now. Absolutely none. Sooner rather than later, the core is going to get pushed by catapults. The Winions alone are going to destroy you. And if it's not the Winions, then it's going to be the next temple. So a few shots are fired as Rexa takes over at the top. But as you can imagine, there's not going to be a lot. He's not going to be able to take a keep down or anything. So there's no counter pressure by catapults. Zarya has already rotated bot side to take another siege giant camp, which is going to increase the bot lane pressure. They need to force a fight. And they need to do it before level 20 is there. I mean, I'm talking about structures and I'm talking about the big problem on the macro aspect of the game. But when you look over to experience, that's 19.5 against level 18. 19. That's a level 20 advantage. They need to, again, YOLO the boss, I think. I mean, what else are you going to do? Wait until they have 20 and take the boss themselves? These guys can sit down here for the entire day. Whereas the blue team is eventually going to lose on the lanes if they just stay here for too long. There is no reason for the fan club to actually attack the boss right now. There are plenty of reasons for Feel the Heat to make some kind of play. It seems like they're attempting to trap here. And I don't know if that's going to work out. So Greyman has shown at the right side of the map on the camp. And I think this is checkmate. I mean, that has to be checkmate. Level 20 talents are in. They're already jumping straight in for the fight. Trying to drop them. Hold your holy ground is there. And that's a kill against Stukov. That's a kill against Wit. And this is game. Nicely done. The fan club, ladies and gentlemen. They push it to game number 5 of the series. Blade. He has 1,750 additional hit points. And now they're all gone. Yeah, that's game. 10 kills against 4. A bit of an aggressive game by Feel the Heat. Backfires, 5-man team wipe. And this is bringing us into the final map of the series. We could actually witness another reverse sweep. Washed Up still waiting for the opponent they have to face off against in the grand final. And there's still a possibility that it will be a rematch of the winner bracket finals. Let's jump into game number 5. Game on! Game number 5. The final map, ladies. The fan club against Feel the Heat. Let's go. Can't believe that we're actually here. This entire tournament. It's honestly, how many games did go to the 5th map? I think way more than ended in... I mean, we had no game that ended with 3-0. So pretty impressive, actually, that the fan club is able to fight back here. But honestly, I feel that Feel the Heat also screwed it up a little bit themselves on the last map. They played hyper-aggressive, just overstayed multiple times, and then paid the price for it in the end. Especially that boss fight was a little bit monka-ass. I mean, you have a Tyrell against you that moves in with Holy Ground, any Sanctification. You kind of have to make sure that you stun him out before you take that boss, so that you actually just like zone him out a little bit. So neither of that happened. And now we're looking at Medivh being banned. It's the same ban pattern pretty much, with the exception of Zarya, of course. So Zarya is getting eliminated. Vala therefore available, and thanks to the first pick, it's this time Dino who locks it in. They're denying it to Tai on Infernal Shrines. That's a really good start for them now as well. But let's have a little bit of a look of what's gonna go on with our next rotation here. I mean, we still have a couple of really strong frontliners open, so... Okay, they go for ETC. I was just about to mention that Johanna for wave clear and Garrosh for control are both up. Johanna in particular, of course, can add a ton to the wave clear if they really want here. Supports have not been targeted at all right now. So Malfurion, Ana are both up. You could go for Deckard Cain if you want to zone out a little bit at the edges there. I mean, the control over the Shrine of Deckard Cain is pretty solid. This is another map where we've actually seen from Feel the Heat in particular, but I think also from the fan club, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen Sonya played. So Johanna gets taken, tons of wave clear already for them. And what else are we gonna get? Okay, ban pattern. Blade and most likely Ultralisk still have a couple of heroes up. Medivh banned out, Zarya banned out, so those were usually two of the X factors that we get very often. Blaze is up. Yeah, okay, banned. So much for that. And there's the Ana ban. Okay. Yeah, so at least there's no nano boost on a mage, and Tai is likely to pick a mage up here. I mean, with what they have already, you could still easily go into simply Jaina, for example. Hanzo has seen some plays today, could be played again, I assume. Rhaegar, Malthael this time. I mean, good setup, but they need to be a bit careful since nobody's really there to help Lauber out. So Lauber and Malthael at the front is kind of neat, but you also are a bit more on the squishy side since you don't have anybody else that can help you to survive, so there's that thing. And with the last two picks, I mean, this is where it counts, right? This is the last map. This is where it matters. Can they get it done? Can they actually jump in? Kerrigan! They definitely can jump in. They will jump in. Okay. They are going to jump in for sure. Alrighty. So, Chen and Kerrigan, all for the YOLO. And, well, right now, what do we have on Ty's side? Last pick, baby. I expected a Sonya. Because how many Sonyas we've actually seen now on this map? She is making a comeback on Infernal Shrines, if not on other maps. And Ty with Jaina. Jaina played. Guys, let's get ready. Game number 5 in the best of 5 series here. Which team drops out of the tournament? Which team decides the loser bracket final in their favor to advance to the grand final of the tournament? Let's find out together on Infernal Shrines. Game number 5. Let's go, ladies. The fan club against Feel the Heat. The final one heading on Rega to the left side of the map. Tai on Jaina, Svamgrotta. On Junkrat, we have Copenhagen on Malthael and Lauber on ETC. To the right side of the map, Blade on Chen, X-Ray on Malfurion, Wit playing Johanna. And we have Ultralisk on Carrigan, which is always making me happy because that level 10 choice is coming so natural. It is a dream, a match made in heaven. Dino on Vala to round the draft out, and that's of course a ton of AoE damage that they're gonna have on those shrine fights. So both teams with actually pretty solid setups, but definitely way more aggression from Feel the Heat since the entire lineup is targeted to jump in deep into the opponent's backline and then get kills with lockdowns through Carrigan and Chen. Now there is of course cleanse available for Rega, so they have to play around that, and ETC has to play out of his mind in this game because it's going to be up to Lauber to really create space for the damage dealers and keep them alive against the onslaught that is surely coming. Talking about ETC, also has to make sure that he doesn't die, because that would have been an attack against him if he doesn't slide out there. On level 1, the Eye of the Tiger is already getting taken. We got Hot Pursuit, we have the Fury of the Swarm, and Hold Your Ground as the early talents. And over here, Wit is already moving the lane out. Can use the Condemn at this point. Doesn't actually. Camps are up 1 minute in, so we're going to see those attacked soon. Up to the top lane. Chen has to play against Malthael. Not really something that's going to enjoy too much, I would assume. And off we go. Down here, lockdown. That's not gonna be a kill. Yeah. Oh! Did you guys see that? He fat-fingered hard. Ah, no, he was actually locked down, and that's a Carrigan kill. Alright. So, here we go. Okay, it actually looks like he had a trap set up there, so Carrigan walked in, tried to use the Condemn to follow up on the Junkrat damage, and lock him down a little bit further with Condemn and then Punish to slow him down, and so use the Iron Skin to walk out of it. But that was a bit unsuccessful. I didn't even get it at the beginning. I honestly thought that he just like fat-fingered, you know, fingers slipped on the keyboard and he pressed the wrong buttons or something, until I realized that he was trying to break through the steel trap with the Iron Skin. But now that the kill is in, that's a 1-0 at early level 4. Not big lead by any means, but hell, that's a good start for the fan club. At least on a moral level. I mean, it gives you a little bit of just the oomph right there. So now we go with Sharpened Blades on level 4, going for the stacking, also Strangling Vines. Less healing, trying to deny the Ancestral to Rega a bit. And again, if you come in with a Carrigan and you just lock the target into a stun and Malfurion can follow up on that, that would just be the kill combo right there. Because Malfurion's follow-up, thanks to the level 4 talent now, is more or less denying Rega any opportunity to heal the target up properly. So that would be a huge problem if it ever comes to that. Johanna goes into the cooldown reduction. So we currently have her with Eternal Retaliation on level 4, so that she's going to be able to get a little bit of work done with this. AKA get more damage on the Shrine out against the teams, also try and drop a few more of those minions. Rega already going towards the top side. And the early position goes to Feel the Heat. They're just a little bit quicker. Junkrat and Malthael are still in the bottom of the map and up in the middle, which means that they're trying to get the level 7 talent. So the rotation is there right away. This case is actually Lauber, who's trying to lock down Blade, but that didn't quite work that way. Okay, bit of more experience for Wit, as he's now also starting to move down to the bottom of the map. Level 7 talent is nearly locked in by the fan club, and the fight up there is going to change very, very quickly. So Johanna is still sitting tight against this, but it seems more and more that the fan club isn't even going to try and make a move for the first objective. They're going to let the first one slide. They don't want to get locked down by Carrigan and eliminated here, but their attempt was to get ahead in experience by having heroes on the mid and bot lane while all of this happens. And that's why the rotation of Chen and Johanna was then set into motion. But up at the top, the Punisher is taken. And this is an experience gap that Feel the Heat is now going to try and bridge. Yeah, Chen is already getting attacked and boosted back quickly. Blade is in trouble. He's trying to move out. Is he actually going to survive that? Nah, they're getting the kill. Good cleanse, but Svamgrotta is still dead. Nicely played by Rega, but there's a kill, and Tai nearly fell too. Ultralisk is still trying to jump out. A bit of a heal. Rega with a bite. Tai wants to get close. The totem on the ground. And the shot connects, but Ultralisk gets away. 8 versus 8.5. 2 kills against 1. Fort has taken some damage, and the wall has been eliminated. But they are already starting over here again. Okay, so what else can they actually do? Yeah, I mean, right now, the big question is simply... Oh, okay. Going over the wall right away, setting the combo up, trying to jump in to take their own camp. That should actually work out if someone else helps out a little bit. Level 7 talent also means that we have 4 Gift of the Ox for Chen. A lot of animals around in this. Okay. Level 10 abilities will be a little bit quicker. This is one of the things that the fan club has always done exceptionally well, especially in 2019, the camp control and Inferno Shrines. It's honestly something that they always excelled at, and they oftentimes walked away with the level lead just simply because they did so much better on the mercenary camps than their opponent. And yeah, that's something that they can do over here now as well. Level 10 abilities are slightly quicker for them. Nothing crazy, not really gonna matter. Or at least it shouldn't, unless Lauber finds a mosh pit opportunity, but it doesn't. But 10 is going to be in for the opponent in a second now too. So Last Rites comes in. Ancestral Wrath. We also have the Ring of Frost over the Water Elemental. Plus Triple Panda, Twilight Dream, Ultralisk for Ultralisk. And I suppose, I mean I guess Strafe is still going to be played by him. Actually, I don't really know if Dino feels that he needs to go for the lockdown, but he doesn't, so no Raid of Vengeance for him. Instead, Strafe being used. As usual. I mean, most of the Vala players, if they can get away with it, will go for Strafe, but if you have any kind of, like, very agile melee assassin against you where you think you need to follow up with an additional stun, then you go for that. Another question is, of course, also if you feel you needed to interrupt the mosh pit of ETC, but at least in this case, they have Blessed Shield, they have Twilight Dream, they have Kerrigan, so he just decides against it. And says, alright, not really going to be needed here. Blades doesn't get killed, but he eats a bit of damage. Not enough, though, to really threaten him. Was a rip tire, big cooldown. Shouldn't really become a problem for the objective itself. I mean, the next shrine isn't even announced yet. Top lane Ford has taken some damage. There we go. And, well, let's see. This is going to be a bit of a big test. I mean, honestly, this is going to be a big test for both teams right now. So far, it's still fairly even. There's a slight advantage for the team in blue on experience, but outside of that, it's not really a big deal right now. The camps that are being taken at this point could decide whether or not the top fort on the blue team side falls, but it's all about the next objective now, all about the next Punisher, and how this team fight is going to pan out. Kerrigan needs some combos here. And they're going to try and get that up against the back line. Without Ice Block, Tai needs to be super careful. Blessed Shield and the Ancestral... the Cleanse denies all of it. No Ancestral needed just yet. But that Blessed Shield got easily countered there. Kerrigan is waiting for the next combo. The Panda has already jumped in. Still needs to be careful now too. Nature's Cure was used as well to allow him some wiggle room to move back in this case. Good position also for the healing totem, and again 26 against 13 stacks. Good job from Vala in particular with the multi-shots here. Nice damage. There's the ring. They go for the Panda. Triple Panda out, and Chen is dead. But massive lead currently for the team in red on the objective. They are 3 short of grabbing the Punisher, but there's the end of JoJo. 2 heroes eliminated, and they might not get this one. They could try and sneak someone in, but they decide against it. They figure rather lose the Punisher than lose another hero. And Lauber's fan club, they actually get the Punisher. Second Punisher in a row. And oh boy, they build up some momentum here. And this is the question. Does Feel the Heat have the nerves of steel here to just simply shrug this off and focus on the rest? Or are they now all of a sudden falling a little bit apart here? They have led this series with the 2-0, and now they lost 2 games in a row, and they're falling behind in game number 5. Punisher is still there. Arcane Punisher is going to jump over. There's pressure in the middle. Chen is actually the one trying to defend it, but the rotation is there to try and take him down. Good escape from Blade towards the top. Didn't fall into the trap. But the fort is now going to get dropped. They move to the mid lane. Let the Punisher be defended against. But just look at this experience lead. Heavily ahead right now. Up at the top, Copenhagen is starting to go for the fort as well. Thai is helping out with the 2. Structural, they are losing so much ground now. Feel the Heat is falling farther and farther behind here. They played some insane games yesterday, today. But at this point, it seems like there is another reverse sweep incoming. Unless the fan club makes a mistake. 4 kills against 1. Level 14 against level 13. 1 stack on Malthael. That slide against Jojo, and that was a little bit too soon. Too soon, my friend. Malthael drops the ult, but pretty much does 0 damage there. Wit easily survives it. No problem for him in this case. But camps are still up on the map and they are about to be taken. Quick idea of what the experience currently looks like. Look at the difference in mercenary experience. And this is coming back to what I said previously, that the fan club on this map is doing always an exceptional job around minion and mercenary experience. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, at least in the mercenary aspect. They've more than doubled this. Of course, taking a few earlier kills helped them with it. Nice exchange, by the way. They trade the bottom camp for the top fort. Really good rotation towards the top side, but the red team could actually reply in kind by simply moving through the bottom of the map and attempt to take now also a few of those structures down. The problem is that even if they gain extra experience here, they won't be able to bridge the gap, and the fan club is here homing in on level 16. And they can just push for keep now, which is exactly what they do, so they will force a retreat. The red team has to move back. And losing this wall means that if the next objective is also taken by the fan club, they have an opportunity to move through the top lane and take maybe even the keep down. The more damage is done to the wall, the better for the next push. So right now, we got Earthgrass Totem, Northern Exposure, the level 16 talents are there. And I feel the Heat has to desperately try and get level 16. Which theoretically at least is possible. It's half a level to soak before the next objective happens, so they should be able to pull that off. But it will also be, I mean, I don't want to say the last chance in this game, but it's going to be the biggest chance they have to start a comeback, and if they don't pull that one off, it's like they're going to fall incredibly far behind. And Junkrat is pushing out the bottom of the map now, so there's going to be a catapult coming in soon. Fortunately for Feel the Heat, not with this wave, not with the next one either. So the next 2 spawn will contain a catapult for the blue team. But here's the 16 talents now. And this is the moment of truth. This is where you have to make your plays. Manticore comes in for Vala. Painful Spikes are in now as well. And we're still waiting for Chen to make his move too. So off we go. Let's jump straight into the fight itself. The position has been taken by Feel the Heat. They know what's on the line here. They need to do more damage. They need to do a little bit more work at this point. 4 kills against 1. Vala with 1 multi-shot after another. Getting the damage in, getting the arsenal in. Ty sitting at the side, waiting for the flank that he can pull off. He was in vision. They know exactly where he is right now. 18 stacks already. Kerrigan hasn't joined the fight yet because he's still busy together with Chen on the shrine. The wedge that it's driven between the red team is starting to become a problem. Kerrigan has not joined this yet. In comes Lauber. Kerrigan needs to join the fun soon. And the Reptile comes in for the damage. 30 stacks already and the blue team falls back. Couldn't get a kill. Can't get the kill. Don't want to commit even further. And Feel the Heat takes the Frozen Punisher. And now they need to snowball this a little bit. They need to get something done here. Wit is pausing the game for a 3-2-3 moment right there. Tactical pause confirmed. Making sure that they know what's up here. Kidding, of course. Technical difficulties, I assume. So we have 4 heroes currently looking at a potential defense here. They're already moving away from the fort, so this one is not going to be fought over at any point. Malthael, on the other hand, has moved down to the bottom of the map. There's a single catapult currently in this setup, so he's going to try and push through the wall and punish the keep. I don't think he has a chance of actually annihilating this with that wave. He's also going to fall back pretty soon in order to help the team to defend, since they obviously can't sacrifice their own keep here either. Wall is open. There's the jump. Kerrigan doesn't follow up on anything. Ultralisk. Oh, nice. Nicely done. Good Chrysalis. But Ultralisk is low. Still low, but the Chrysalis was definitely solid, dodging out on most of the damage here. Yeah, there's the kill with the last rights. Malthael comes in and he takes them down. Veni Vidi GG. He came, he saw, and he killed. And now it's 5 kills against 1, and Blade... Oh. Okay, slowing them down. Good job by Dino. Very good job by Dino and X-Ray. And they're all getting away from it. Blade could have, in theory, been locked down here. They're nearly 2 levels behind. Nearly 2 levels. Malthael jumping down to the bottom of the map was definitely a really helpful move. And all of a sudden, with that big of a discrepancy in experience, that level 20 talent is going to be an absolute disaster now. Ooh. 5 kills against 1. Guys, the fan club. They are about to make it happen. Are they actually gonna go for the reverse sweep? I mean, it would give us the rematch between the fan club and Washed Up, but still, that's kind of nuts. Lauber at the bottom of the map now. Yeah, there's a setup again. Nearly 20. They want to get those Storm Talons at this point. And in we go. Storm Talons are in any second. Dino's trying to take this entire double camp down before it even becomes an issue, but good luck with that. That ain't happening. Here's the level 20 Talons, and with that they can now easily move in. And also on top of that, Ty just completed his baseline, which means he has Ice Block available. So if Karrigan comes in and tries to take him down, he can just block the combo. They're breaking through that wall. They have a 2-level lead. Look at that mini-map. The entire map is just pretty much blue, and it's a small island on the right side that is still holding on for dear life, but this is insane. Yeah. Honestly, the fan club comes in and they are taking everything away from Feel the Heat. They took away their lead, they took away their hope, and they're taking away their toilet paper. 5 kills against 1, and they go down for the bot lane, trying to go for Blade, maybe get the kill, put a bit of damage onto the keep, maybe even take it down. They still have Storm Talons, such a big advantage for them now, and the objective hasn't even been announced yet. Every single lane is taking damage, and that keep is down to 50% right there. Jumping in again, trying to take that fountain down already. Ty, I mean, everybody is just like dropping a bit damage whenever they get an opportunity to. 19 against 20. The objective for Feel the Heat is to simply go straight for 20. Get 20 somehow and fight for the shrine. That's what they need to do right now. What a game. Can you imagine if Feel the Heat actually turns this now? They are close to 20, but the shrine activates in 10 seconds. It's only 10 more seconds that they have. The camp is taken. They try to get a bit more experience. There's already traps set up pretty much everywhere. Mid lane, there's another wave that they can take, and they do. They are so close. They are so close. They need to wait for the tickle damage. They can fight with 20. Wit needs to be careful now. They can fight with level 20. That's definitely a thing. They just have to have a little bit of patience. Just a tiny little bit. Just the tiniest bit of patience. Where is that damage? Where is that XP? There it is. And immediately the quick picks. Already the Ring of Frost. Malfurion is fine. And this is the fight that matters. No keep has fallen yet. Talking keeps, by the way. This is going to annihilate the top keep depending on how long the fight down here lasts. This might not be over yet. 38 stacks against 22. It's all about the team fight now. Even if the Punisher is won by the blue team, it doesn't matter. It's about the team fight. There comes Ty. Riptire is going to get it. Riptire is going to get the Punisher. Riptire's in. Punisher's taken. Dino in trouble. Mosh pit! And that's a kill. Malthael with his ult gets a drop on Malfurion. Now Vala has fallen. Wit is on the run. He's dead too. And so is their Panda. The top keep has fallen. Catapults are making it towards the core, but we're not in Winian territory, and Copenhagen reacted immediately. Karrigan down here is also getting attacked. That Chrysalis didn't even last a second. And that is a full-on team wipe. And we are looking at a successful reverse sweep as the fan club goes through the keep straight up towards the core and dropping Feel the Heat for the 3rd game in a row. Nicely done, and what a performance of the fan club. They struggled through game 1, through game 2, and then afterwards they got their shit together and they won 3 in a row. GG and well played. The fan club wins the loser bracket final and goes up to the grand final against Washed Up. Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching the video today. I hope that you guys had some fun with the coverage here. If you want to support me and my work, you can do so now for absolutely free, thanks to your continued partnership with Raid throughout the entire month of March. And I would really appreciate if you could just take a couple of minutes, jump down in the YouTube description, check the link out, download the game, and play through the 20-second tutorial that ends with the dragon fight. And if you do that, you support me directly. It would help me a lot, and I would really appreciate if you could take a few minutes to do that and support the channel here. Either way, I hope that you guys had a good day today, and see you guys soon on the channel here with more esports coverage on Khaldor TV.